Hi guys, good evening guys, all of you. So yesterday we started subblocks and in subblocks we have taken out but one of the subblock is stored procedure. Okay, so one of the subblock object is what now? Stored procedures. And now let me see guys here in the stored procedures we said out okay, so we taken some types of parameters like in and out, right? Now, so let me see one by one. Okay, what is in? So in is nothing but guys here. So it is a default parameter. It is a default parameter. Okay, now it is the default parameter, and this parameter is used guys here to store input values. To store input values. Okay, input values from user. So that means whatever the user is given, that input values are storing into in parameter. Okay, na input value. So whatever user entering at a dynamic level or runtime level, so those values are storing into in parameters. Okay, na that is what about out? Out parameter is nothing but it was going to be okay, it is written okay, written output value or values okay from stored procedure. So whenever stored procedures are returning a value, then we can use a outer. So I said in the definition, what I said, procedures are maybe returns, may not be returns. I said procedures are maybe returns and may not be returns. I said, okay, now. So now your out parameter is what it was telling us here. So what you say generally, okay. So generally, okay, procedures are never return a value generally. Okay, but whenever, that means that if procedure want to return a value, then we use the what now? Out parameters. You know, then we use out parameters. So this is out. So out parameter, what purpose here? To returning output value to user. So who will be returning here? Procedures want to return value. So whenever procedures want to returning a value, there you can use the out. So that means what you understand, procedures may be written, may not be written, I said. So when it was written procedure, when we are using out parameter. If you are not using out parameters, then procedures are not written a value. Okay, now when you are using out parameter, then only procedures are returning values. So that's why procedures are we called as what now? Maybe or may not be called. Understand now? Right. For example, let you see that. Suppose, are you declaring, for example, suppose are you declaring int a comma, suppose you can see int a comma b comma c, for example, just for your understanding purpose. So one example is what now? I was declared here 3 variables. Okay, I declared here 3 variables, and now I'm going to say here, so enter 2 values if I'm passing. Okay, then after that I'm giving now, for example, c is equals to a plus b I'm passing. Then I will say return. Return c. Okay, now by seeing of this example, can you tell me guys here? So in these 3 variables, which variables are called as the in variable and which is called as the out variable, guys? Come on, guys. Which is in and which is out? Yeah, C is a out. A comma B is a in. So A comma B is a in. C is a out. Understanding now? Same to same here also. So in parameters are storing input values which was sending by user. Out parameter is returning output value from procedure. Okay, so now this what is in and what is out. Now we got it right. So now this is the what in out. And what about in out, sir? What about in-out, sir? Means in-out is nothing but it is a combination. That means that it having both. So it was having both. So in, okay, it is having both. That means accepting value from the user and out. Out means returning value to user. So a single variable, that variable will be accepting and that variable will be returning. So accepting and returning only one variable, that is called as the in-out. Okay, now so these are the three types of parameters most we have it, guys, here in our database. Okay, now first I will show you one by one examples. So it's very easy, so there is no nothing but simple logics are you can understand. So for example, in parameter, let you observe, guys. So create a stored procedure to input employee number as a input employee number as a in parameter and display that employee name comma salary from EMP table. Okay, now let you come out, guys. Right. So now let you come. Select the star from. So the table EMP. So these are our table information we have. Now I'm creating procedure. Create or replace. Create or replace. Procedure name SP1 of a. So your parameter. What is my parameter? EMP number. Which parameter in type of parameter data type is number. EMP number is in parameter, right? Now, after that we are using, okay, is or as. Okay, now variables I'm declaring here. V underscore e name is a one variable. Okay, so now, and V underscore salary is another variable because I have to display these two things. So after that, we are going to be write the begin statement, and we are writing select e name comma and into V underscore e name comma V underscore salary from EMP. What is our condition where EMP number is equal to my parameter? What is the parameter? P underscore EMP number. P underscore EMP number. Okay, now right. And after that, DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line of. Okay, so V underscore E name concatenate comma concatenate V underscore sal. And finally, I need to end to execute. So procedure successfully created. And this procedure I need to call. So whenever you want to call this procedure object, so I was given, there are two syntaxes I was given, right? So in any syntax we can use. One is the calling syntax. How to call a stored procedure means syntax one, you can use execute statement or exsh. Otherwise, second one is anonymous block statement, begin procedure name and the begin. Okay, now? Right. So in this two, anyone you can use it. Let me come out first. I will show you first one. Execute SP1 offer. So here I'm saying, for example, 7566. 7566 is my EMP number, right? So that number, what it was happening, guys, here, this number is successfully storing. This number is successfully storing under parameter. Successfully storing under parameter. And this parameter, where you substituted in my where class. In my where class. Okay, now. So which number? 7566. So which number are you entered? This is storing under in parameter. This value storing under in parameters. Okay, now. And that was substituted, and that name salary display. Okay, that name salary display. So let you see, guys, here. 7566 employee, name is what? Jones. And salary, how much guys here? 297. So in this example, I'm using only in parameter I was given. I'm using only in parameter I was given. Okay, now, so this is one best example of in parameter, and in parameter is called as a default parameters also we can say. Okay, in parameters are default parameter you can say. Okay, right. So like this, some examples I was given, for practicing purpose you can do. Okay, right. Come to next one is called as a out parameter. So what is out parameter, sir? Okay, let me see. One small example first I will show you. On out parameter, one small example I will be showing you. Because mechanism same guys, okay na? So one example, if you understand, same mechanism on remaining all are okay. Now, so out parameter example. In out parameter, what it was happened, let you come back. Suppose, for example, I'm creating a small procedure, create or replace. So procedure, okay, careful observe, procedure name is SP number 2, and here the two variables, one X is a number, is a one variable, okay now, and Y is a Y is which type? Out type, it is also number. So here the two parameters are I declared. Here I declared here two parameters. Okay, here we declared two parameters. Okay, now right. So one parameter is in, one parameter is out. Carefully observe, right? Now, okay. So is or as, now I'm passing begin. Okay, y is equals to, okay, y is equals to x into x. Okay, and finally, and it's a small, okay, mechanism understanding purpose. I'm showing first a small example. Later, one more example I will show you guys. Okay, now, right? So now let you see. The procedure is created. After procedure is created, then what we think here, carefully observe. In this procedure object, we are declaring two variables, x and y. But in this x and y two parameters, okay, that means my procedure is having two parameters. In two parameters, one parameter is an in parameter, one parameter is an out parameter, right? Now tell me guys here, whenever I want to execute my procedure, that means I'm calling my procedure. So here, how many values I want to pass? Come on guys, user, how many values I want to enter? One value or two values? Only one value. Only one value. Why, sir, we are inserting one value means here x is a which type here? In parameter. So in parameter, what we said, okay, in parameter, what we said, accepting values which was sending by user. In parameter, what we said, it is a default and storing or accepting input values from the user. But here out parameter, what I said guys here, out parameters, what I said, it is the returning output value from procedure. Okay, now, so that means output value sending by user or returning by procedure. Who will return? User is return, procedure is return. Yes, procedure need to return. Procedure need to return. Okay, now, right. But here what happened, you can see, come to. Okay, so that means my responsibility is what now? User want to insert only one value. X value only I'm inserting. That is my responsibility as a user, as a programmer. But output value, who will give it? Procedure want to give to me. Procedure want to return to me, right? So now that's what happened. I'm sending a file. So single value. But when you are sending file and in parameter value, we are sending, that is our responsibility, the responsibility we are doing now. Okay, let's see what happened. If I'm doing, yeah, but it is going wrong. It was showing error. What it was error here? Wrong number or types of arguments in calling to procedure number 2. So what it was telling to me, sorry, your procedure are you calling are you calling your SP2 procedure with the wrong number of arguments? With the wrong number of arguments. With the wrong number of arguments. So that was telling by our Oracle server. So that means what you understand here, procedure, are you created procedure with how many number of parameters? Compulsory that many values we need to pass. That is a blindly, remember guys, one blind statement. What is a blind statement? When you're creating stored procedure, your stored procedure, how many number of parameters are you declared? Compulsory that many number of values must and should be passed by user. Okay, when you're calling your procedure, then only procedures are calling. This is a blind statement. The statement you cannot change. Understand now? It's a blind statement. What is that? Number of parameters of procedure is equals to number of values of procedure. Okay now. So that is a blind statement. But as you observed, okay, sir, okay, this blind statement we understand. But here X is in, Y is out now. But how to send value for out? Because in parameter values we are sending. That's okay, sir. But out parameter value, how user can pass? How the programmer can pass it here? Because that is not in. If it is in, I can. But it is not in. It is out. There are out parameter values. How are you sending? The question is coming out, right? That's why what the people will do, they're going to be created some referenced variables. Okay, so now this point is observed. This point is observed. When we want to, okay, when we want to work with out parameters, okay, in stored procedure, okay, in stored procedure, then we follow the following 3 steps. We follow, guys. Okay, follow 3 steps. First step is what now? Declare one referenced variable. And this referenced variable. So one referenced variable I want to declare for which parameters? For out parameters. For which parameters? For out parameters. Okay, now, right? So how to declare it? So the syntax is variable. Okay, and what we want to do? Adding referenced variable, adding reference variables to stored procedure. Adding reference variable to stored procedure. So how to add here? Okay, execute procedure name of sending value 1 comma value 2 comma and so on. These are the in parameter values. And out parameter value I pass. But out parameter value how to pass here? To referenced along with the one, okay, prefixed symbol we are using colon. So colon, here we can say referenced variable name. And reference variable name is also called as the bind variable also we call. Okay, na? Right. So comma and so on. Okay. And after that, step number 3. Lastly, what we want to do? Print referenced variables. Okay, on the screen we need to print. So how to print here? Syntax. The syntax statement is what now? Print, and you can send referenced variable. Referenced variable name. Okay. So these are the 3 steps, guys. So when we want to work with out parameter in stored procedure, so then we need to follow the following 3 steps here. One is we need to declare one reference variable, okay, for your out parameter. So that means how many out parameters are there for each and every out parameter purpose. One reference variable you have to declare. After declaration, that reference variable you need to add it to my procedure by using of your colon prefixed symbol. Okay, now it is binding. Colon is represented binding. Your reference variable binding with the out parameters. Okay, now right, and later print. Okay, right. And these three steps now I'm following here. Observe, careful observe. What is the first one? I need to declare some variable. So where? Okay, here out parameter. What is out parameter? Y. How many out parameters are there? Only one. Only one means I have to declare only one reference variable. Okay, that is A. So we type number type and size is not necessary. Okay, by default it will take. After that, what I want to do, second step, add. Execute SP number 2, my procedure SP number 2 of X value 5. Because X value, X is an in parameter. X is an in parameter, so that's why we are passing 5. Y is a what? Out parameter. So that means out parameter value we can't pass. That's why in place of value, we are binding our reference variable. What is our reference variable? A. So reference variable is what? A. That is colon A. This is called a prefixed with A. Now you can see. Okay, fine. Now you can see, guys, here. Now tell me, your procedure is having number of parameters 2, and are you passing number of values 2? Satisfied? Your number of parameters, your number of arguments values, both are satisfied? Now both are matching or not? Yes, now satisfied. Okay, when it is satisfied, it was saying PLSQL procedure successfully matching. PLSQL procedure successfully matching. Okay, and after that, what we want to do? Print. What is my bind reference variable A? Now we can A. But here, 5 is what? Here, 5 into 5. That means 25. 5 into 5. That means 25. Okay. So this is what we call. But how it is working, sir, means very simple. Let you see. Let you I will explain. So let you I will explain here. Okay. What is your operation first? This is your operation. Now I want to take here. Y is equals to X into, okay, X into X. Okay, fine. Now Y is equals to X into X. Now what happened here? I'm going to declaring one variable for Y. Okay. Now, so what it was happening, you can see. So whatever we are passing this 5 will be storing at X place. Okay, because X is an in parameter directly storing. But in place of Y out parameter, what I'm sending here in place of Y, we are sending one reference variable. We are sending in place of Y. In place of Y. Then how internally it was taken here, for example, A. So A colon is equals to X is equal to how much here? 5. So 5 into 5. Okay, now so 5 into 5. Then what happened? A colon is equal to 5 into 5, 25. So the 25 result is storing under referenced variable of out parameter. Referenced variable of out parameter. Yes or no? And this referenced variable, what I'm doing, guys, here, printing this reference variable. What I'm doing, guys, here, printing. Then your value printed A25. Okay, now so this is the mechanism of your out parameters. That means what your blind statement here in your procedure. So whatever we are creating procedure, so with how many number of parameters are you created procedure, that many arguments or that many values compulsory we pass at the time of calling procedure. At the time of calling procedure, your procedure is having in parameter, out parameter, that is none of the matter. That is none of the matter. Okay, now. So inna, outer, none of the matter. It was just considering how many number of parameters, but it is not considered either in parameter or out parameter, not considered, only considering number of parameters. So that number of values we should pass. Okay, but directly we can't pass value for outer. So that's what we are going to do. One referenced variable we are created, and that referenced variable we are passing in place of out parameter. Okay, now that is what it was going to be happen. This is out parameter example. Okay, now next example, you can see one more example on the out parameter. Okay, one more example on the out parameter. Let you see. So create export procedure to input employee number as a in parameter as a in parameter and return okay that employee and return that employee. Okay, so provident fund comma professional tax at a 10 percentage comma 20 percentage on basic salary. Okay now. So what I'm saying here, create a stored procedure to input employee number as a in parameter. Okay, as a in parameter and return that employee provident fund professional tax at a 10 comma 20 percentage on basic salary. Okay, for example, let you come out. Suppose come to my table EMP. Suppose I was entered guys here, for example, 7902 I was entered. So 7902 employee basic salary, how much here? Come on guys, employee basic salary, how much here? 3,000, right? So 7902 employee basic salary 3,000. So 3,000 is a basic salary. Okay, so I'm going to enter employee number. What is employee number? 7902 enter. But this employee basic salary, how much here? 3,000 is a basic salary. So 3,000 is a basic salary means, can you tell me guys here? So what I need to return as based on this basic salary means, I want to return provident fund. But provident fund, how to calculate it here? Provident fund, how much percentage I said? 10%. That means what happened guys here? 3,000 basic salary into 10 by 100. Yes or no? Then 10% means how much it will come? 300 rupees. Like professional tax. Professional tax also calculate now. So 3,000 into 20%. 20 by 100. Then what is your professional tax here? 600 rupees tax. Understand or not? So this is, that means provident fund 300, professional tax 600. Which employee? Which employee we enter? 7902 employee. Okay now, right? So this is, now we can see programmatically we can do. Now clear. Create, proceed, create or replace procedure SP number 3 and now parameter EMP number in parameter is a number. Provident fund is an out parameter, it's a number. Professional tax, it is also out parameter number. Okay, now we have multiple out parameters I declared. Here I declared what now? Multiple out parameters are declared. Okay, right. Is or as. Now one variable. That variable is what now? Basic salary. Basic salary first I have to know, because without basic salary we can't calculate provident fund and professional tax of an employee. So if I want to calculate provident fund, first that employee how much salary getting. What is the employee basic salary? If you know basic salary, then only calculation will be do it. Without basic salaries, we can't do it, right? So that's why first I have to retrieve that employee basic salary and later calculate. Okay, that's why I'm declaring one variable. Okay, begin and now select what I need is salary. The salary I'm storing under which variable? V basic salary variable. From which table? EMP. What condition basis? EMP number is equal to parameter EMP number. Parameter EMP number. Okay, after that, now we have to calculate PF. PF is my parameter, not out parameter. PF is equal to V underscore basic salary into 0.1. Can I give it 0.1 guys? 10% means, can I give it 0.1? Yes, guys. Yes. So 0.1. Next one is what now? Professional tax. So professional tax is equals to V underscore basic salary into 0.2%. That is 20%. 20%. Now, after that, I need to end and close. The procedure successfully created. Fine. But this procedure is having total how many out parameters, guys? Two out parameters. Now we can see that means how many referenced variables I want to declare. Two variables I want to declare, right? So now I'm declaring reference variable. Okay, first variable reference variable of PF, provident fund purpose. One more reference variable PT, professional tax purpose. Okay, now after two variables, then you have the second step, execute SP number 3, procedure number 3 of employee number 7902. This is in parameter value. And in place of out parameters, I need to bind a referenced variable of PF, comma, prefix symbol, referenced variable of PT. I'm binding now. Okay. So now number of parameters in the procedure and number of values in the procedure all are satisfied. 3 satisfied. Okay, right. And after that, you just execute. PLSQL procedure successfully matching. Okay, now right. After that, what you need to do? Print. Print the reference variable of PF, some space, reference variable of PT. Now you can go to execute. So reference variable of PF, provident fund, how much? 10%. 10% means 300. Professional tax 600 because 620%. But here which number I was given? 7902. 7902 employee salary, how much, guys? 3,000. How much? 3,000. So this is out parameters. Okay, whenever you want to using out parameters, compulsory we should go for to remember these 3 steps mechanism compulsory we should be using. So then only out parameters will be calling. Okay, without these 3 steps, we cannot call a procedure when the procedure is having out parameters. Okay, now right. So these are in means is a default. In is a default, and this is out. And next one is what now? The next parameter mode is called as the in-out mode. So in-out mode we said here. Okay, both the variable, the parameter. This is in parameter and also out parameter. So the parameter which will storing input values from user and returning output value to user. Okay, now the both will be done by single parameter. But how it was this mechanism, how it will be work, how it will be there, so that we will see in tomorrow session, guys. So tomorrow we will go for out parameter mechanism. Okay, now right, guys. Thank you so much.